Right guys, welcome back to vapereviewswithaz. So another review for you today. I'm going to be taking a look at the Big Buddah, but I call it the Big Bastard because it's huge. So you can get hold of one of these from Angelfiremods.co.uk for £24.99. So big thanks to Steve and Katie for sending this one out to review. So without further ado, we're going to get straight into the close-ups and rebuild, and I'll see you down there. Right then folks, so here we are with the up close of the Big Buddah by Ehpro or Ehpro. If you want to get hold of one of these, 25 quid from Angelfiremods.co.uk. And they are selling them at quite a quick rate, so head over there and check out if they've got any left. So as you can see on the back, you've got all the warnings plus a barcode with the product description. So this is the Big Buddah. Now it has a nice lift up lid, and inside you will receive the Big Buddah, the Big Buddah drip tip, single O-ring, different kinds of machining on there. It actually reminds me of a TV aerial connector, but so there's your drip tip, and as you can see it is quite large. You'll also receive a stainless steel tank with the 3 grooves machined into it, just to give it a bit of decoration. Really well machined, not sharp, nicely rounded edges, so you get the spare tank. You also get a small length of hollow echo wall, and all in all you get 3 lots of O-rings. So you get 3, including the ones that are on. So in the spares bag you get 2 full sets of O-rings for the atomizer, 2 sets of O-rings for the drip tip. When you receive yours, it'll actually come with 1 set of black O-rings on the atomizer, but I swapped them out for clear with it being the glass tank, just for the bit better look. You'll also receive some cam foil. Not sure what it is, but I'll just use your own anyway. And the double-ended keyring screwdriver. So I'll put all the accessories back in the box. Put that to one side because we're not going to be needing the accessories. So here's the Big Buddah. As you can see, it's a K-from style atomizer for use on 26650 mods. Stick the drip tip in there. So with the drip tip, it is quite large, and the drip tip does have a bit of wobble. What we'll do, it's 29.5 millimeters wide, and bear with me for one moment. And including the drip tip, but not including the 510 connection, you're looking at 80mm tall, thereabouts. So it comes with a glass and the stainless steel tank, and it'll hold up to 10 mils of e-liquid. So on the bottom you've got a non-adjusting 510 connection, same as on your regular K-funds. That's there to hold your positive block in place. Now this one does have a serial number, so this is number 185. Your liquid fill port, and you have 1 air hole with an air adjustment screw, another air hole with an air adjustment screw, and the Ehpro or Ehpro logo. So around the top cap, you've got all the dimples engraved in there, just to add to the aesthetics. And as you can see, 2 O-rings on the top cap, 2 O-rings on the build deck. So to undo it, undo your top cap. It usually doesn't come off with the chimney. So you undo your top cap and your chimney threads onto there. You've got the 2 O-rings. And this part of the top cap's also machined out, so you get extra juice capacity from that. Now the quality of it's really, really good. I mean, I am struggling with this atomizer to the extent that, do we call it a clone or do we call it an authentic? Just because, so it's because Ehpro, or you know, they're a clone manufacturer and they've started bringing their own stuff to market. It's still based on a K-Fun, but there are a lot of differences. So it's one that I've been quite torn with. Is it a clone or is it an original authentic? But you know, that's my take. So the chimney itself, in 2 sections. The top part of the chimney has the threads on which thread into the top cap. Again, everything's machined really well. Threads are nice. There's no sharpness to them. And same on the bottom section of the chimney. Really well made. And then you have your Pyrex tank. As you can see, there is some e-liquid in there because I've lubricated the O-rings with some VG. So the glass tank itself, it's not all that thick. You're not going to easily break it, but if you do drop it from height, I think you're going to certainly smash this tank. Would have liked to have seen it a little bit thicker. And then your build deck. So the usual K-Fun affair. Got a nice deep juice channel either side of the deck. There's your fill port, and where it changes is that it's a dual coil. So rather than your airflow coming up the centre, it comes up either side, so you've got positive and negative plus air hole like so, and a really big insulator under your positive deck. And it's the same all around. Everything's nice and sharp, nice and smooth. There's no sharp edges. It's been machined really, really well. Is there anything I've missed? So the air holes themselves are 1.6 mil, 10 mil juice capacity, dual coil, and it weighs 220 grams, so it's quite heavy, and that's empty at 220 grams. Now what we'll do is, before we put a build on it, I'll show you what it looks like with the stainless steel tank. So what you want to do is slide your tank onto your O-rings, slide your O-rings in on the top cap, make sure you get it level, screw it down onto your chimney. like so. And that's what it'll look like with your stainless tank on there. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop the video and then we'll be back shortly with a build. Right, okay then guys, for the build you're going to need your atomizer deck, an ohm reader. I'm going to be using some 27 gauge camphor, 1 or 2 2.5mm drill bits, screwdriver, some tweezers, some cutters, and if you torch your wire, a torch. So I'll move some stuff off to one side. And what we're going to do is we're going to make 2 microcoils. And all we're going to do is we're going to hold it underneath the drill bit, facing away from us, and we're going to go for 8 wraps, nice and tight, as close together as possible. And then you want your legs of your coil to be pointing in opposite directions. So there's one, and then as they used to say on Blue Peter, here's one I made earlier. So 2 8-wrap microcoils. Well, I suppose these are macro coils. And then all you want to do, now on the Big Buddah, one thing I did forget to mention is the posts also have holes through them. And you can also wrap around the screw, like on a normal K-Fun build, and that's what I'm going to be doing today. So before we begin, I shall undo the screws, like so. And what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to mount the coils straight over the air hole. So what you want to do is hold the coil directly over, bring your wire around, tighten it down. Same on the other side, hold the coil, bring the wire around, give it a fasten down like so, and there's one. So then we'll take the other one and do exactly the same. Hold it down, bring it round, fasten it down. Same on the other side. Get all the way around and fasten down. So that's all your wires attached. Then what I do is I take my drill bit and I slide it through both coils, and I give them a pull up like so, to make sure nothing's touching, as you don't want to be shorting out anywhere if you can help it. What I'm actually going to do then is I'm going to push up the positive, push up both these wires that are very close to the positive deck to make sure that they're not going to short. Like that. Give them a final tightening down. I'm going to take my wire cutters and I'm going to trim the wires. Right then, so that's all the wires tidied up, and we're at 0.64. So what we're going to do next, we're going to chuck it on a mod and give it a fire. Right then, so now we've got it on top of the copper mutant. All we're going to do is we're going to give it a fire and give the coils a little squeeze, which they're pretty much bang on. That'll do me. Now, as always, pay attention to battery safety when you're going to dual coils. Ensure that your battery can push the amp limits. I mean, in there I've got a MNKE 26650. I believe these are 20 amp continuous and 60 pulse. So if I am wrong, I apologise, somebody correct me. So that should be fine for the application. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick it back on the home reader just to make it a bit easier so that you guys can see the wicking. So what you want to do is take a strip of organic cotton, separate it a little and tear a little bit off. Now that's probably too much. So you want to remember with cotton, don't have it too compact, but don't have it too loose either. You want to always have a store of juice on there, like so. And all we're going to do is we're going to bring one end to a point. I'm going to pull it through one, like so. I'm just going to chop it at roughly a centimetre off the end, and possibly about the same on the other side. So what you want to do is this one, that's this side, tuck down between the posts, like so. And this side you'll it's a little much. You'll stick to the side of the deck. Just going to trim that slightly. And so when you've got your liquid on there, you'll stick that to the side of your deck like so. So we'll go to the other side now. You want to go, say, through your coil again. Without ripping your cotton. And I'm going to pull it through to about there. Chop it down. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to give the cotton a bit of a wet. just to help us stick it in place. Like so. Then, because it's wet, it'll stay where you want it. Now the side bits you want to fill up so that when your liquid comes up the juice channel, it's going to soak into this, but any that manages to flood around the sides will also soak into this cotton here. So what we're going to do, like I say, we're just going to stick it to the deck. Like so. And like so there. So then what you want to do, guys, is take your chimney section, give that a screw on there. So we've now changed to 0.66. So you want to make sure you don't block your juice channel either side, and that should be good to go. So I'm going to put it back on the mod and we'll give it a fire. Sorry for being off camera. And there she is, firing away. So I'm going to put it all back together and see you back up top, and we'll have a chat. Right then, guys, so look at the size of it. That's the Big Buddah on the Copper Mutant. So as I say, 25 quid, Angelfiremods, as you saw, really easy to build on. But what everybody wants to know is are she vapes. Plenty of vapor. Really incredible flavour with the dual coils. It is quite a warm vape, to be honest. Now, I think that's because of the small chimney, or whether it's just me because I've been used to a cooler vape. So the vapour is nice and dense, and it does chuck some decent clad. So at least that 10ml juice in there is going to at least last you 2 days, theoretically. So right, quality then. So let's talk pros and cons. Quality, incredible quality. As I've noticed with the gold K-Fun from Ehpro or Ehpro. Sorry, I'm not sure if it's picking up the flickering of the light. If this bit's all flickery, I apologise. Yeah, so really good build quality. 25 quid's the price. Really good vapour production, nice and easy to build on. The fact it's dual coil, the fact that you can have 10ml of juice are really good. and they're straight to lung inhales as well. So, I mean, I suppose if you wanted more airflow through there, you could take both the air adjustment screws out. But it vapes really well. Excuse me, I've got a bit of a sore throat. So right, yeah, so really the only cons is that if you're somebody who doesn't need an atomizer this big, or thinks that it's a little bit, the setup's a bit big to carry around in your pocket, I agree, it is big. But if you're one of them people who gets annoyed at how often they're filling the tank, it's brilliant for you. As you can see, plenty of vapor production. I've not had a single dry hit with this atomizer. I've built it previously with the coils diagonally across the air holes. That, to be honest, there's not much difference in the way you wick it. It's not. I don't find it easier having the coils straight or diagonally on wicking. So I hope you like the video, and I'm going to take another vape. It is really, really flavoursome. That's a lemon e-liquid in there, and it's just absolutely full of lemon flavour. So as you can see, plenty of vapour. So what I'm going to do, that's me for today on this review. I'll be back very shortly with another video for you guys. Please hit the like button and subscribe. And head on over to angelfiremods.co.uk. Check them out, have a look, see what you think. Thanks for watching, guys.